Hey everyone, welcome back to another deck idea brought to you by Double Sleeved. As always, we're going through each of the leaders in the upcoming set to give you a bit of an idea of what a complete list might look like. And today we're going over Dabura, a fan favorite that's getting its first leader card into our card game. So let's go over the list. Starting off with the leader, we have obviously Dabura. When this card attacks, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 black Evil Wizard, black Demon Realm Race, or black Demon God card among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And we have an Awaken. When your life is at 4 or less, or your opponent's leader card's back is facing up, you may draw 2 cards, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 4 life left, and then flip this card over. We're going to get a bit of an influx of cards there if we're able to awaken on high life. We've seen a lot of leaders that are able to awaken, turn 2 and things like that. So if we're able to flip to our backside as well quite early, we're going to be drawing quite a significant amount of cards. And then on the other side, we have Demon God Dabura, Diabolical Awakening. Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1. We have an activate main once per turn for 1 black energy. Play up to 1 black unison card with no specified cost and 20,000 power from your drop area with a marker on it in rest mode. And at the end of the turn, send that card to its owner's warp. It's a shame that we have to send that card to the warp at the end of the turn, but it would be too busted if we were able to play the unison for 1 energy from the drop area continuously, just off the leader effect. We have seen effects like that off the, for example, in Gogeta Xeno with the Kai promo, but that is a battle card that you do need to see continuously to be able to get that effect. So a shame that we're not able to do it on the unison. On the leader. And then we have an activate battle once per turn. Spirit boost 1. This card gets plus 6,000 power for the battle. So being able to do that on your turn or your opponent's turn and get to that 21k. Moving on to the deck, we have Demon God Poutine, Umbral Might, a SR coming out in the next set. Free cost, blocker, Dark Overrealm 3 for 1 energy. When this card is played from your hand, play 1 Demon Realm Soldier token. These tokens have 5,000 power and 5,000 combo power. And then we have an activate battle once per turn. Choose 1 of your Demon Realm Soldier tokens and remove it from the game, and we get to draw 1 card, switch this card to active mode, and it gets plus 10,000 power for the battle. So being able to utilize that blocker a couple of times, which is really good. So we can block with this card and then use the activate battle to restand and get the plus 10k and draw a card. Support of the Dark Empire, a blocker negate, I guess they're called, that we've seen for all the other colors that came out in Battle Evo. So Black's finally getting their turn to get one of these. Counter attack, if your leader is mono black, negate the attack, then play 1 Demon Realm Soldier token and it gets blocker for the turn. Again, 5,000 power, 5,000 combo power for these tokens. And then permanent, if your life is at 5 or less, and you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand by adding a card from your life to your hand instead of paying its energy cost. So worth noting that the token comes out and it gets blocker for that turn, but for the following turns it doesn't have blocker anymore. But we can use that token for our Poutine's effect by removing that token and being able to restand and get that plus 10k. Getting the secret rare out early this time, we've got Supreme Kai of Tai Brainwashed, a new secret rare that we've seen coming out of Realm of the Gods. Ultimate, Double Strike, and Servant. As always, it's an 8 cost and 40k, which is pretty standard. Activate battle for 1 black energy. If you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. And then we have the activate main / battle for generic energy. If your leader card is black and you remove this card from the game, until the start of your next turn, your opponent can't attack with battle cards or unison cards unless they choose 1 card in their life and place it in their drop area each time. So we are restricting our opponent to pretty much attack with the lead unless they want to start critting their life away, because they're going to have to for every other kind of ability to attack. Yeah, a really good secret rare. Works really well in black decks. Blacks have such a large amount of good secret rares at this point of the game, but they haven't let us down with the Supreme Kai of Time as well. Unison, we have Dark King Mechakabura Might Inconceivable. This is a 0 specified cost. We have the new skill, and power black 2, which means if this card replaces a black unison as it enters play, it carries over up to 2 of its markers. Permanent, if this card has 3 or fewer markers, it can't attack. And then we have an auto once per turn when you play a black Demon Realm Race card using swap. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and send it to the owner's warp. And we have a +1 activate main. Choose one card in your hand and place it at the bottom of the deck and then draw one card. So yeah, pretty cool. We're able to get a 20k unison out for 1 energy essentially. We wouldn't be able to attack with it unless it has 4 markers or above. But with that empower skill, we're able to play it over another unison and carry over those markers, which is good. Demon God Toa Umbral Might, another SR we're seeing come out of Realm of the Gods. This is a 15k dual attack. EX evolve for 1 black and 1 generic energy over a Toa with an energy cost of 2 or less. Auto, when this card is played from your hand, draw 1 card, then your opponent may choose up to 2 of their battle cards and or cards in their hand and send them to the owner's warp. If your opponent sent one or fewer cards to their warp using this skill, choose up to one of their unison cards with 4 or more markers on it and gain control of it. So a bit of a unique card. Obviously, we're giving our opponent the option on what they want to do, whether they want to warp the cards from their hand, their battle cards, things like that. But if your opponent doesn't have any battle cards on the field and they've got a unison card that they're depending on, like blue sometimes do with their blue unison, we're able to play this card and put our opponent in a bit of a tough situation. Being able to gain control of a unison is, yeah, incredibly strong. So yeah, good card. Poutine Annihilation at hand, a 1 cost, swap 3, Spirit Boost 1. Choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck, and then we're able to swap with a black Poutine card with an energy cost of 3. Decent. We're going to be able to get some value with our unison when we're activating that swap effect as well. And then we have an auto when this card is played. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 black Evil Wizard, black Demon Realm Race, or black Demon God card, or 1 black Unison card with no specified cost among them to your hand, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So a bit of a searcher there as well for 1 energy. Demon God Gravy Umbral Might. This is a 20k 3 cost battle card. We've got Dark Overrealm 3 for 2 energy. Auto, when this card is played from your hand, it gets plus 5,000 power and double strike for the turn. Then we have Toa Annihilation at hand. Swap 3 energy boost, Spirit Boost 1. If your leader card is a black Dabura Xeno and you choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of the deck, we're able to swap into a black Toa with an energy cost of 3. Which is really strong because we just went over that SR before. That can steal unisons and things like that. But when this card is played, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 black Evil Wizard, black Demon Realm Race, or black Demon God card. Or again, the black unison with no specified cost. And we're placing the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. So similar to the Poutine that we went over. Demon God Dabura Umbral Might, Dark Overrealm 4. This one is for 3 energy. So when this card is played, we get to draw 1, and then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the warp. And then we have that 20k attacker as well. So pretty decent. Gravy Annihilation at hand, swap 3, Spirit Boost 1. If your leader is a black Dabura Xeno and you choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of the deck, we get to swap with the black Gravy card with an energy cost of 3. So that Gravy that we went over before, the double striking Umbral Might, we're able to swap into that card. We also have an auto, add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, it gets 11,000 power for the battle. Attack of the Dark Empire, an extra card, activate main. If your leader card is a black Demon Realm Race card, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, and then we get to choose 1. We can either add up to 1 black Evil Wizard, black Demon Realm Race, or black Demon God card among them to your hand and then shuffle the deck. Or if you have no unison in play, play up to 1 black unison with no specified cost and 20,000 power among them with a marker on it, and then shuffle your deck. Another great way to get a unison out just for 1 energy, being able to search that top 7 depending on what we need. We can play the unison, and if we don't see that unison, more likely or not, we'll see one of the battle cards that we can grab as well. Just quickly, another unison that we do have in the deck is Toa Dark Demon Realm Scientist, a unison that we saw come out of Draft Box 6. Hasn't seen a large amount of play, but a good unison for some of its unique effects. Permanent, this card can't attack if it has 2 or fewer markers on it. We have an auto once per turn. When one of your opponent's battle cards is removed from their battle area by skill or KO'd, add a marker to this card. We have a +0 activate main. Choose one card in your hand and discard it. Then we get to choose up to one of our opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and send it to the owner's warp, triggering our auto to get that extra marker. And then we have a -4 activate main. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. This unison can kind of come in handy by being able to play it for 1 energy off our leader or the extra card, using the +0 to warp a battle card and then add a marker, and then we can use the Empower skill on the Mechagabura to get this card out with 3 markers, use our +1 on Mechagabura, and then we're able to attack with the Mechagabura for that following turn, or we can just pay this for 4, use the -4 and steal one of our opponent's battle cards. Super combo for the deck, SS Vegeta the Prince Strikes Back, pretty standard. Your life's at 4 or less. When you combo with this card, bottom deck 1, draw 2, and it gets plus 10,000 combo power for the battle. We have Mechagabura the King's Summon. This one is a 15k 3-cost battle card. Activate main for 2 energy. If your leader card is a black Demon Realm race, and you place this card from your hand and 1 card from your life in the drop area, send 1 battle card from your opponent's drop area to their warp, and then we're able to play up to 2 black battle cards with Evil Wizard and or Dark Realm race with energy cost of 2 and different character names that aren't Mechagabura cards from your deck, and shuffle your deck. And you can't activate the activate main skill on copies of this card for the turn. One card that we're going to want to be playing out is Toa Secret Maneuver, but we also have the Toa Annihilation at hand. Toa Secret Maneuver is a 15k 2-cost battle card. Auto once per turn when this card is played or attacks. Look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Demon Realm race card among them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So both these Toas are going to be able to search once they're played. If you're playing them off the Mechagabura, we're going to be able to search twice to grab 2 other cards to replace replace the Mechagabura, and then +1 as well. And if this Toa is able to stick on the field, we're able to continuously do that each turn, or we can use the Toa to EX evolve over them. Super Kamehameha, counterplay for black. If your leader card is black and your life's at 4 or less, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 3 or less, it is sent to the owner's warp instead of being played. And then we have the permanent. If you have only black cards in your energy and your life is at 4 or less, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand by adding a card from your life to your hand instead of paying its energy cost. Really good against a lot of the floodgates that we have in the game at the moment. And then we have Haru Shun's sister. Apologies if I butchered that name. I haven't watched a lot of Heroes, so I'm not familiar with these characters. But permanent, during your turn, if you have a black unison in play, this card gets plus 10,000 power and double strike. So we're able to get unisons out quite easily with the leader and extra card and things like that. Plus they've got no specified cost, so we're able to play them for 1. And they're 20k as well, so they will be quite difficult for our opponent to remove. So being able to have a 1-cost 15k double striker is pretty strong. But that pretty much rounds out the deck. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this deck has its place in the competitive side, or do you think it'll be more of a casual deck that we'll probably just see at locals or fans of Dabura playing? Leave a comment on your thoughts. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. We really do appreciate it, and we'll see you at the next one.